Hello dear students, welcome again to Learn English courses. Today's lesson is about simple past or past simple. So, the simple past tense has a simple, easy rule, which is the following. In the affirmative form, we have subject plus verb plus ed, while irregular verbs has subject plus the past simple of the irregular verb. For example, I slept. To be more specific, verbs in English are divided into two parts. First, we have regular verbs. Second, we have irregular verbs. With the irregular verb, we always formed the simple past by adding ed, while irregular verb, it has no rule. It doesn't have any rule, so we just need to remember the verbs as it is. So, in the negative form, we use subject plus did plus not plus the verb. For example, I did not play. Here we have the verb in the infinitive, not changed into any tense. So when we use did, we don't change the verb. The verb stays in the infinitive. So in the question form too. In the question form too, we use did plus subject plus verb. So here too, we don't change the verb. The verb stays in the infinitive. Now let's go to the use of the verb, to the use of the simple tense. Simple past tense. We use the past tense to talk about action that happens in the past. It's easy. Something happened in the past, we use the simple past. We use it first for something that happens one day in the past. For example, we went to Spain for our holidays. Also, something that happened several times in the past. For example, when I was a boy, I walked a mile to school every day. It's just an example. Also, there is another use of simple past tense. We use it for something that was true for some time in the past. For example, I lived in Paris for 7 years, or I went to my grandpa's house for many times. Let's go to the simple past of regular verbs example. Here we use the verb dance. As it's in slide, we have the verb dance in the affirmative form. Here we add ed into the verb, while in the negative form we use just did. We didn't change the verb. The verb stays as it is. In the question form too, we use did plus subject plus the verb in the infinitive. Verbs didn't change when we use the verb to do in the past. Let's go to the answers. Positive and negative answers. We use I did or I didn't. I didn't is I did not. It is the same, so it's just long form and short form. This is the example of irregular verbs. The example here is the verb to eat. I eat pizza, but in the past, I ate. It's I ate, you ate, he ate, she ate, it ate. We ate, you ate, and they ate. In the negative form, we use the verb to do, not, and the verb stays the same. So, it's the same rule for regular and irregular verbs. The only difference exists in the affirmative form only. So, I hope it's helpful. Here we go to the formation of the past simple of regular verbs. Most verbs takes ed, as for example, start, started, or Or I leave you give me an example. Let's move to the verb ending with A. The verb ending with A takes only D. For example, dance, danced, love, loved. Verbs ending in a consonant plus Y takes IED for most of the verbs. For example, try becomes tried, but play is an exception, so we use play in the past is played. Verbs with one syllable ending in a vowel plus one consonant double the consonant before the ed. For example, stop, stopped, stopped. Verbs with two or more syllables ending in a stressed vowel plus one consonant with double the consonant before the ed. For example, I prefer, I preferred. But, answer, answered. This is an exception too. So, for the verbs ending in one vowel plus L, we double the L before the ed. For example, I travel, I traveled. I sell, I sold. This is an exception. We didn't double the L. Here we move to some simple past examples. Yesterday, I went to the cinema. Last week, Jihan broke her leg. Last month, I visited Germany. Last year, I studied Spanish. In the 1990, I joined the tennis team. 2 hours ago, he ate pizza. 5 years ago, I played soccer. I underline some time expression in order to make you remember it. Yesterday, for example, yesterday is yesterday. Today is Monday. Yesterday is Sunday. Last week means the week before this week. Last month, the last month. We are now in April, while last month is March. We are in 2020, last year is 2019. And we write the date. The date is concerning something in the past. 2 hours ago means before 2 minutes. And 5 years ago means 5 years in the past. The chart here gives you some verbs, some irregular verbs that I want you to remember for the moment. So here we have the verb to read. In the past we use it just to read. We don't change anything. I read today. I read yesterday. It's the same. I go to the cinema today. I went to the cinema yesterday. When we talk about the past, we use the verbs in the second chart. So I hope it's helpful. Simple past, and here we have the time expression that I want you to remember. We say yesterday. For example, if it is Monday, yesterday is Sunday. If it's Sunday, yesterday is Saturday. Last month, last week, last day, and last year. So last shows all the days before today. Okay? For example, the last month is something old. Last year explored the old things. We have here in the date following and ago. It explains to how many years ago or how many hours or whatever. So this is the end, and I wish you don't forget that we are here to live, learn, and lead into a better future. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your attention.